Good morning. My name is Rhonda Ham-Nibrigi, and I'm the Airport Director for St. Louis Lambert International Airport. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to this year's Catch Us Giving Awards reception. We are proud to be celebrating the 14th year of this incredible program. In 2024, we received more than 1,000 nominations, recognizing individuals across our airport who went above and beyond to deliver unforgettable experiences to our customers. Your exceptional service is just what makes St. Louis not an airport, but a gateway to kindness and a world-class hospitality. Whether it's a traveler facing a stressful moment or a visitor seeing St. Louis for the first time, your actions create lasting impressions. Catch Us Giving is a reflection of what happens when dedication meets heart. And this year, we were so moved by the number of outstanding nominations that in 2024, we are recognizing Ambassador of the Year finalists. Let me take a moment to highlight our remarkable finalists whose stories remind us of why this program matters. First, we have Eric Dufresne from Super Park. On a frigid December night, Eric came to the rescue of a stranded traveler whose car wouldn't start on the top level of Terminal 1's garage. Despite the freezing temps, Eric arrived quickly, jump-started the car, and did it with a smile and a can-do attitude. The customer said Eric was the reason they got home safe and praised not just his skills, but his spirit. We are so lucky to have someone like Eric keeping things moving even when the weather isn't. Next, let me share the remarkable story about Annie Rose Shaniger from Huntley. Annie saw a woman struggling to assist her husband, who is battling advanced cancer, as they prepared to travel to Houston for a critical medical appointment. Without hesitation, Annie jumped in. She got the couple through TSA, ensured the boarding process went smoothly, and most importantly, she treated them with kindness and dignity they deserved. As the nomination read, she was a real angel, and I couldn't agree more. Now let's recognize Paula Shetzadeh from Southwest Airlines. Paula was assisting a tour group when one of the members, who was nervous and flustered, came running to the gate thinking she was going to miss her flight. Paula was trying to calm her down and reassured her that her flight was fine. However, she mentioned that she never even got her hot chocolate. Paula ran to Starbucks and got Julie's hot chocolate for her. Now that was above and beyond, but that's not where the story ends. We were on the jetway waiting to board when Paula brought the hot chocolate. Julie was so nervous that she couldn't juggle her bag and the hot chocolate, and she spilled it on her jacket and herself. Paula ran, got some wet wipes, and helped Julie clean up so that she could board the airplane. The tour leader held the chocolate, and Paula helped Julie board. I was so overwhelmed by the kindness of an absolute stranger who helped this lady get on her flight and got her hot chocolate. Paula went so far above and beyond that I couldn't help but be impressed by her level of service. That's the power of compassion in action. Now let's keep the celebration going with Maraik Kopepa. Maraik, at the time, was working for AGI and Air Canada, who now works for Southwest Airlines. And when a traveler lost their Canadian passport, Maraik didn't just offer sympathy, she stepped in. She formulated a plan, and she followed through over several days to ensure that passenger could return home without issue. The traveler said that made the impossible feel possible, and that above and beyond doesn't even begin to describe the service. To all of the 2024 Ambassador of the Year finalists, Eric, Annie, Paula, Maraik, your stories exemplify what it means to serve with heart. Thank you for everything you do.
I'll be here for a minute. You want me to watch it, I can.
And now here comes a story that truly stands out, and he is one of the airport's finest. It is our 2024 Ambassador of the Year, Officer Mark Mack.
On my way over to the West checkpoint, which would be the F checkpoint for us, I heard a little kid just crying out, being aggravated, and couldn't see him. So I went through the TSA checkpoint, and as I turned and went through the check area, I saw the mom sitting on the floor holding her autistic son. Didn't know that he was autistic, but I kind of hinted on it because I have a son who's 26 years old, and I have experience in witnessing and hearing some of the different sounds they make. After standing there witnessing, watching mom trying to console him and hold him, and watching the son fight back and hit and flail his hands around, I just walked over there and just started giving him directives if he was like my own son. I told him to stand up. I told him to stop swinging his arms. At that time, he stood up. He complied. Mom just stood there and watched, and I started asking him. I said, "Hey, tell me what happened. What's wrong?" And at that time, he whispered and he said, "Mommy didn't want to do something," and he pointed to her. I said, "Okay." I said, "That's fine." I said, "What can we do to make this better for you?" Then he went on and he was mumbling something else. I couldn't quite remember what that was, but I asked him, I said, "Sir, do you want me to walk with you?" And at that time, he said, "Yes." He said, "Yeah, if you could, walk with me." So I told Mom, "Go ahead and gather your stuff." We exited out through the terminal, and I asked Mom, I said, "Well, what gate are you going to?" Like that. And she told me what gate. I said, "Well, I'm going to even go further than that." I said, "I'm going to make sure he gets to his gate, make sure that he stays calm." I said, "Just let him walk with me." I said, "We're not going to hold hands. He's not going to hold your hand." I said, "We're just going to walk on down there and just let him be an individual at that point." He liked that. He was real calm. He talked to me a lot. He felt like he had somebody that understood him. And that's basically what it was. I mean, because, at that point, I recognized that he was artistic and he was going through those emotional points. And I was pretty familiar with that.
Congratulations, sir, for being honored the Ambassador of the Year for 2024.
Appreciate you, bro.
Much appreciation to you.
Thank you.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I found out via my captain down at the station that the lady had actually written in about something that I normally do. I didn't think it was heroic or anything like that. That was within my scope of my duties and as a person and a father. I'm overwhelmed. I told my wife about it, and I showed her the letter that the lady actually wrote, the email. And a lot of my family members were happy, excited for it, and they was like, "Well, you were the one perfect person for that," having mark number 2, which is my son, being artistic. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Out of all the people, I was picked to be that guy. Great customer service here at the airport is being open.
Lambert's always fast to get through. It's clean.
All the staff is fantastic.
Yeah, very true.
You have to be open. We're subjected to a multitude of different kind of people, ethnic backgrounds, race, all of that. You have to keep your mind wide open to the issues that they may have, whether it's traveling with language or just how to navigate around through the airport. I take pride in that. I don't claim to be a super smart guy, but I know enough to get people where they're going.
Thank you all for coming today. It means so much to the airport to have you here and to be able to share this day with you. I want you to have fun. We have a lot of things going on. We have gift card giveaways, we have a DJ, we've got camaraderie. It's time for you to enjoy your day and for the airport to give back to you. So thank you again for being here. Bless you all and have a great day.